With sub-counter water boards, functionality in the Adekokwak sub-county has increased by 20%. In the menstrual hygiene management project, formerly rejected and nearly outcasts, young mothers get new hope, build homes, buy motorcycles, and homes restored. And the Ficus Large Management Project has provided employment to a group of youth through provision of latrine emptying services and sale of briquettes made out of the naturally treated ficus sludge in Kole district. These are the main cases of study during the Northern Learning Forum, which took place in Lira town from 1st to 2nd November 2016.
This is a platform where we are bringing together various stakeholders within the water and sanitation sector, and what we are trying is to share best practices within the sector and how we can replicate in other places.
Several cases have been identified from different actors, good practices, and these cases are discussed, they are visited in the field, and the processes are understood. And so the different actors decide on what they can do differently when they go back.
There's a steering committee, and the steering committee is made up of persons from different organizations who are organizing the Learning Forum, with the lead from the Technical Support Unit of the Ministry of Water and Environment, also from Network for Water and Sanitation Uganda. We have also SNV, the Netherlands Development Organization, and the Lira District Local Government, and also the partners like AMREF, AFSAT, who are part of the Uganda WASH Alliance, and also some local partners here have also been instrumental in organizing this learning forum.
To kickstart the forum, Sakuma Simon from Networks Uganda gave opening remarks which set the pace for the day and the entire learning forum.
But was made to trigger the participants to think about the learning. Is it still important? Why are we even doing it? And questions of how do we even sustain it? Who is going to fund it? And for how long should it be?
Emmanuel Ojara, the Senior Program Manager, Water Hygiene and Sanitation from International Lifeline Fund, made a presentation on how the Community Development Club approach has empowered communities to effectively prevent diseases through good hygiene, encouraged families to build their own latrines and hand-washing facilities, to increase social capacity by enabling strong social networks, to enable existing health workers manage their workload better, and to alleviate poverty through organized communities.
Then we also need an equity.
Engineer Geoffrey Biaurugaba, a water and sanitation specialist and a technical support unit 2 from the Ministry of Water and Environment, pointed out in his presentation that stakeholders need to harmonize approaches in order to achieve sustainability of the water and sanitation interventions. He shared 3 critical factors in ensuring environmentally sound decisions, economically viable decisions, and socially equitable decisions in promotion of sustainable development.
If we develop too many sources and all of them break down, we find they are not sustainable, then we are not adding value to the sector. So basically my presentation was how do we improve on sustainability within the sector. So we are looking at both the water side, looking at the point sources, and the sanitation side. We are looking at what are we doing, what approaches are we having in order to have sustainable development within these 2 areas.
Sarah Omodi Rubereti from the National Hand Washing Initiative, hosted by SNV, shared with the participants the progress the initiative has made in strengthening partnerships and collaborations around the country. She encouraged organizations present to integrate hand washing with soap in their projects in order to achieve the set target of 100% hand washing by 2030 in Uganda.
This forum has very many organizations being represented, which organizations are doing wash interventions. So by integrating hand washing in their projects, at least by that we shall be achieving, we shall be somewhere. Right now we are at 36%. as a country on hand washing coverage. So if many partners come on board and embrace hand washing with soap concept, at least we shall be working towards achieving 50% by 2020.
After the morning presentations, participants set out to visit 3 innovative cases in the field.
That is the fecal sludge management. One look at the sub-county water boards and the menstrual hygiene management. So we hope to borrow a chapter which we can replicate within other areas within the sector.
The group looking at the sub-county water boards first visited Adekokwak sub-county, where they learned that at least 56 water sources have been registered with the water board since its inception in August 2015. Of the 56, 33 are very active, and that the concept is encouraging sustainability and functionality of water sources.
The water source committees are supposed to collect water user fee and then remit to the sub-county, and they share the resources. We take 80% as the sub-county, and they take 20% to do minor repairs as we do major repairs. And to date, we have been able to collect close to 2 million shillings, and we have been able to repair at least 8 water sources within a record time of less than 5 days after the facility breaking. And this has encouraged the community. They have seen the importance actually to work with the sub-county under this concept and to help them in the management of their water facilities.
From the sub-county, the team visited Agweng Shallow Well, a water source registered under Adekokwak sub-county water board in 2015. The water source serves over 500 persons from 300 households.
Before joining the water board, I said there were difficulties because when the water will break down, it takes time for collecting money. And we feel if that money was not being kept at the sub-county level, so our local treasurer from down here can be tempted to use the money.
On the second day, Aporo Pasca from Children Chance International presented findings of the visit to the menstrual hygiene management project implemented by Children Chance International. She elaborated how the project intervened through formation of girl mother groups, trained on making of reusable pads, trained in liquid soap making, business skills development, formed a village savings and loan association, and outreached to schoolgirls on the use of reusable pads. The group visited has sold reusable pads to 400 girls from 20 schools and 150 people from the community, purchased piece of land, supported 4 children-headed families with scholastic materials, and opened a VSLA account with Post Bank, now having 3 million shillings in savings. Odiek Bosco from Agency for Sustainable Rural Transformation presented findings on fecal sludge management project in Ayar Sub-County, Kwale District. The project looks at emptying latrines from households and communities by 2 youth groups, SunWest Solutions and Youth Without Borders, at a fee, then transporting to the decentralized fecal sludge treatment plant. Fecal matter is treated using natural processes to acceptable levels. The youth later make briquettes from the treated fecal sludge, which are sold back to the communities.
This kind of a system can actually be replicated to many parts of the country. One, because it is cheaper compared to the traditional treatment methods. It's cheaper. We are using plastic tanks. And then also involvement of the private entrepreneurs is possible. Because first of all, the cost of investment is reduced. And then also you are targeting at a population which has clear market. And then the youth involvement in the system also, it kind of creates opportunity, employment opportunity for the youth.
After all cases were presented, participants went into 3 groups to document step-by-step procedures to be undertaken in case an organization wishes to adopt the desired innovation.
So that is the most exciting time. When people are saying, I think now, I believe this can work. I believe I can address, I have this problem, and I have seen this can be a solution to it. We have been grappling and we didn't know how to address this issue. But now we are going to try out this, because if it has worked here, then it should be able to work.
We hope that the practices learned in this forum by the different stakeholders will effectively be replicated in their projects to achieve improved WASH services, and the people in northern Uganda will live to see sustainable increased water supply and sanitation services.